What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce ho, you know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Rary, what up Stitch. 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't this shit. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texans, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce ho, you know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Rary, what up Spitz. 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't this shit. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texans, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce ho, you know what the
Sauce Nation. How are all of you doing this evening? Pardon me. I do not have my affairs in order. I do not have things together. I don't have it in line. I don't have it properly arranged. So forgive me. Please forgive me. Or if you don't, well, damn it. Don't. Damn shit. So now we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk the case conundrum, right? Because we're in a weird situation right now. A possibility of, that maybe this just entertain some nonsense, right? Let's talk crazy. And what if CJ can't go another week, right? We're at Cleveland this week. Something to consider. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about motherfucker jumping ship from the Titans, loving to come to the Tech. Boy, we're gonna talk about that. Texas got a good pickup. What else? Houston media still ain't shit. We know that. I know they don't eat chips on their shit, but they ain't me. I'm fucking hungry, bro. I'm surprised by the response to some of y'all to that, right? I was definitely surprised by some of that response. So anyway, let's get into it, man. Welcome to motherfucking deal, man. Welcome to Sauce Sports. If you're not familiar with Sauce Sports. Sauce Sports is Houston, Texas Homer Network, talking all sports, but only Houston. No, we do this for the other side of Houston. We do this for Sauce Nation. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I rock with all y'all, man. If you fuck with it, I fuck with you. Let's see, we got join the conversations, get a Sauce Nation roll call. Make sure I decide with pride if you are from the greater Houston area, east side, west side, north side, south side. Go ahead and throw that up. Rip your set, block, avenue, cul-de-sac, street, boulevard, circle, Unless you live by a traffic circle, if you fuck with traffic circles, I don't know if I can fuck with you, right? I got a long-term beef with traffic circles. Pardon my snacking. Jared Keith, what's the motherfucking deal? Northside. Arturo, what's the motherfucking deal? Gilmore, what's the motherfucking deal? Justin, King Josh, what's the motherfucking deal? Trinity Gardens in the building. Jay Boogie, I see you. Spitz, what's the motherfucking deal? Solis. Darth Dirt, what's the motherfucking deal? Herb Gotti, what's the motherfucking deal? Tommy Choi, I see you. What's the motherfucking deal? Boss Bam, what's the motherfucking deal? It's good to see all of you, right? Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. There's a lot of shit going on with the Texans, right? There's a lot of stuff you got to consider. Got a lot of stuff you got to look at. Let me be honest. Maybe a little bit shorter sauce today. I'm a little tired, I ain't gonna lie. Harm Clark in the building. I already Johnny Hooker. What's the motherfucking deal? I had a real good time at a party at Harm Clark a while back, man. That's a moment I'll never forget. Shout out to Johnny Hooker. But let's talk about it, man. So there's a possibility. There is unless things have been updated in the last couple of hours. That they were saying that light-skinned CJ is still in the protocol, right? And so you got to look at it. You're like, damn. All right, I told y'all we need a case for one game and one game only. One night only. The Case Keenum special. Now it could be a situation where we may need Case again. And I'm going to be honest. When you're talking about the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns versus the Tennessee Trash Can Meth Mountain Maniac Titans, it's a different conversation that we're having, right? A completely different conversation that we're having. Houston Ghost, what's the motherfucking deal? Antoine, what's the motherfucking deal? But like, it's a different conversation to be having. It's a different situation that we're put in, right? Because now this is tight. Like anybody, you can line anybody up. Honestly, I won't say I felt like Davis Mills would have won that game, but we probably would have still been in it, right? There's no way to. I don't see it. You look at how they played. The way the defense played. The defense played amazing. So even with Davis Mills, I think it would have been probably more interceptions, but it is what it is. We're not even going to look at that in hindsight, right? We're moving on. We're moving on. Ain't no more Louis Vuitton. So let's talk about it, right? Like, what are we concerned about? Are we as worried about these things when you look at the Texans defense and how they were able to play, right? Because I feel like a defense like, you're talking about a guy like Derrick Henry, who, he may go down in the books as one of the greats. And they made this man have the most pedestrian stat of all time. They made Derrick Henry look like the most subpar running back in NFL history, right? We're talking about a guy, albeit he plays for Tennessee. You got to consider, maybe he's one of them. Motherfucker lit us up. 4 games for a rack? You know what I'm saying? 4-5 games for a rack, something like that. You got to respect it, right? But they made this man 20 touches, bro. 20 touches. You couldn't get a first down off of 20 touches? You couldn't get a first down worth of stats off of 20 touches? And this is an all-time great, right? If you can do that to Derrick Henry, and albeit this ain't Derrick Henry of old, right? But it's still damn Derrick Henry. You had the man talking about retirement. This might be the last season I play. Like, you play this, you understand the psychology behind this, right? Derrick Henry. Motherfucker used to stiff arm it and run him up on the bull. Like, made this man feel like a mere mortal, right? Made him feel shit like one of the motherfuckers who should be in the stage like, damn, this is the first time I never thought about that. This might be the end of my Titans career. Like, bro, you know what you have to do to somebody to make them start contemplating the end of their sports career? Like, you have to whoop they fucking ass. And so it's a situation where if you can do that to a guy like Derrick Henry, right? You can go out, and y'all already know how I feel about Buddy Lee. I don't think he's all that. But again, if you can go take a guy like Hop, make him look average, and again, this ain't Hop of Hop, but I still think had that been a Hop of Hop, because he was still in this position, that the same plays would have still been made, right? Burke, he did a little something. But overall, you were able to shut this offense down for a couple of quarters. But again, like for the most part, you were able to shut this offense down. I mean, they scored a touchdown on fucking on defense, right? But they really didn't do anything after the little TD with the missed field goal. That was a fluke. They really shouldn't have had that, right? Those were some questionable calls, in my opinion. I don't think that was a catch by Burke. We ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. My favorite chips. I can't help it. I'm like crack. I love them. But I'll push it to the side. If you can do that to guys like Hop, to guys like Derrick Henry, you got to look at the Cleveland Browns and think maybe the key to this game isn't going to be the quarterback play, right? Not for the Texans, at least. You're going to have Joe Flacco on the other side of the ball. You know how you want to feel about Joe Flacco? I think he's just like a Matt Shaw with a different name, in my opinion. I mean, if you used to look at their stats in some of their best years, the stats look quite similar. Anyway, speaking of quite similar stats, who was that dropped the thing in the Discord with the stats of Daniel Jones and who's that fucking loser in Jacksonville? The little pretty sissy. My pretty princess. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence, right? I can't trust a nigga with two first names. Trevor Lawrence, like they have very similar stats. I think Lawrence may have a couple of hundred more yards, but very similar stats, right? So think about Daniel Jones, you think about Trevor Lawrence. But for some reason, we're talking about completion percentages right there, amount of yards, like I say, a couple of hundred yards difference, touchdowns basically right there. And you look at Daniel Jones, and he's a joke, right? And then you look at Trevor Lawrence, and they're trying to push him as the new face of, no, they're not. Let me stop. A bunch of dope smoking crackheads in Jacksonville are trying to push him as the new face. He's one of those. But if you listen to that, the Baltimore game, and I know you got to sell the shit, right? I get you got to sell the shit. But if you watch the Baltimore game, they sold it like this guy was just dominating the league, like Trevor Lawrence is the second coming of, I don't know, fucking whoever. But everything he did was just, so look at it. And it was trash, playing like trash. The dude was playing like trash. But when you win, and that's what I'm saying, winning masks flaws, right? The dude's not good. Been saying he's not good. Been saying the dude is trash for forever. And the statistics prove it, right? And again, I'm not even a big stat guy. You know what I'm saying? I think stat sexuals are weird. People get all hyped up off of statistics. Like, I mean, who was keeping stats when we was playing football in the streets, right? When you was playing tackle on the concrete, who was keeping stats, right? You weren't keeping those stats. That shit didn't matter. You was out there having a good time. You were enjoying the game, right? So I wouldn't call myself a purist. I don't think that's the proper thing of it, but I don't be giving a fuck about all that stat shit. I'm 49 deep, 50 deep. We got 20 likes. Hit that like button, man. We got more than we get. I mean, I'm sure we keep an abundance of haters in the South, but I mean, hit the dislike button. I don't care. So my thing is this, right? It's a game that concerns me. I don't think that we can't win it, but I think we need a different strategy, right? Approaching this game compared to the Tennessee Titans, right? I think there was some extra fuel to the fire with the Tennessee Titans because the uniforms, the little bullshit Amy Adams, super stud was pulling. You know what I'm saying? Like just it was a lot of embarrassment. Vrabel himself, all that stuff. So I think there was more motivation. There was more fire to fire the players up because again, the theatrics, right? It's like we're playing you like you're a joke. TD, what's the motherfucking deal? So it's a situation where I'm a little more concerned if CJ can't go, right? I don't know what's holding up, what's stopping it, but I look at it like this. I don't care if it's Sunday morning, right? And they're like, yeah, Pat, like put that nigga in, bro. Because I'll tell you this, right? I guarantee, they can talk about everything else that's going on. I guarantee when CJ gets back in this game, when light-skinned CJ comes back, now that motherfucker gonna be so hungry. Like, I won't say we're gonna see his best game. I'm gonna give him 1 week to knock the rust off, and then the game after that, I can't wait to see him going. I think when Tennessee comes to we might see the best of CJ. Right? I think we might see the best of CJ. But I'm rocking with Case one way. We got to go one more. I'm not switching up and saying, oh, we need to play Davis. Not at all. Like, not at all. Because, again, people can sit there and say what they want. You've seen Davis Mills play. And the difference between Davis and Case in those situations is the decision making. And that's what they talked about. And that was my whole thing. Like, do I feel like if we're talking skill sets, not under pressure, not under fire, does Davis have a better skill set than Case? Yeah, but right. Is he a master of those tools? Is he more of a master of his craft than Case? No, absolutely not. Right? Case is, again, a better decision maker. Older, wiser. Shit, I ain't got it. Get rid of it. And not saying that he's making the best. He got his ass lit up a couple of times too. Hey, players fuck up. Case a real trill player. You know what I'm saying? Players fuck up. But it's a situation where you got to look at it like, again, Case gives us the best chance to win. And if Singletary can play, I mean, if you can get the defense in the running game, and again, this is old school football, but if the running game and the defense can play, give you a semblance of what they gave you in Tennessee, then everybody we'll be all right. Like, if they give you what they gave you in Tennessee, this team is gonna be all right. Right? It's not even. It might not even be about who plays quarterback. It might not even matter who's back there. I did see that the Texans put in a bid for a quarterback on the waiver. I know they picked up old buddy from the Titans, and he was extremely excited, right? TART, they're extremely excited. It was Crump, we put the Texas logo on his shit. I mean, like, how do you have to feel, right? Like, how do you have to feel? I know that, you know, it's something going on in Tennessee, honestly. Think about it. It's more than this shit. This picture makes me laugh. A little Levis sandwich. It's a situation where, exactly. Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, I think they're, you know, you have to respect their defense, but again, you got to respect our defense. Like, shit, we out there playing too. And that's where I'm kind of looking at it like, yeah, offensively, I got worries, right? But shit, you better be worried about the fucking Texans defense too. So like, you have to have worries like about the Texans. You got to respect. You got to respect Harris, right? I don't know, Will. I think he might be out another week or two. I forgot. He had a real high ankle sprain, unlike that fake shit. I don't even want to keep going in on nobody. But I got thoughts, right? I got thoughts on that. But and so again, I don't know Jimmy Ward's situation. Actually, what's the update on Jimmy Ward? Has anybody followed up on that? Because I actually have not looked. I have not followed up at all. But again, like, you have to respect the Texas defense and then what they're able to do too. So I don't feel like I don't know, maybe we are in a situation. Because again, the Cleveland has lost a couple of quarterbacks, right? You went got a guy out of who knows where in Flacco. We got Keenum coming out of who knows where. Somebody's deer blind, right? Probably in West Texas somewhere, who knows, right? It's a situation where you got to be like, man, look, you just got to go out there and play the game. The Texans are going to have to game plan accordingly, right? And so, again, I feel like if you can get the ball in Singletary's hands, and if Singletary runs like he ran last week, you're going to win this game, right? If you can control the clock, right, and Singletary can run like he ran last week and win this game. Might be another game where shit, Kaimi going to have to make up for all them games he missed, and it may be a leggy game, you know what I mean? But I would like to see Tiff, what's the motherfucking deal? J-Mac, what's the motherfucking deal? Front runner, what's the motherfucking deal? Nails, what's the motherfucking deal? And so my whole deal is just like, man, look, it may not be the quarterback play. And let's talk. We got niggas out here, boy. People out here talking crazy. They're talking crazy. People out here talking about CJ ain't even answer. Like, people are taking that win over the Titans. And again, the Titans are trash. The trash can fucking, them motherfuckers are garbage, bro. Like, come on. Like, we went out there with a backup squad and beat the Titans. Like, nobody, it's just Davis Mills would have been a worse decision. He could have been the key factor. Like, well, let's stop the nonsense. Like, you still got some motherfuckers who are just some, I guess you're going to be tried and true and you're going to be a hater. Be a hater. I guess if you're going to stick to your guns, stick to your guns. I ain't against that. If you was you swore you was going for somebody else, CJ wasn't going to be it. You can try to deny all the bullshit you want, but the stats, the accolades, everything, I mean, it is what it is. But if you're going to be a hater, be a hater. But you got motherfuckers out there talking about that win proves that CJ is not the reason the Texans are playing as well as they are. So that's the pieces around CJ. You have people still trying to justify that, right? But it is what it is. People say crazy shit, and you can listen to whoever you want to. I never tell y'all not to listen to, but I mean, you got some people saying some off the wall shit. That makes absolutely no sense to me. You can't go out there and watch that Texans team, and as much as I appreciate what Case did, and not tell me that CJ would have been not only a better decision maker, been much more accurate, and where we left points on the field, we would have collected that, right? There's no way that you can't tell me that CJ doesn't blow this fucking game out of the water, right? Even without Nico, even without Tank, even with the pieces that were available, right? You can't tell me with the way Brown was balling, you give me Schultz and Brown and CJ against the Titans, it's going to be a fucking blowout. That's how trash the Titans are. They're just trash. But, you can let the media hype you up. They can hype you up about Will Buddy Lee Levis. They can hype you up about that's the pretty boy in Jacksonville. Them boys are garbage, bro. You know what I mean? It'd have been an embarrassment. It would have been one of those catastrophic Titans defeats. But again, like I said, it is what it is. I'm just hoping that something changes, right? It's early in the week. It's only Tuesday. I'm hoping that we hear some news as much as my apologies, bro. As much as I'm okay with going into the game with Case, I feel it's a good game with Case. CJ, I put my stamp on it, right? And yes, we're gonna have a guest sometime this week. My favorite Cleveland Browns YouTuber. I guess I could say that. So it's a situation. Yeah, Cleveland's defense, but we're scared. What do you mean? What do you mean? We scary. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Cleveland scary. We scared. Come on, boys ain't trying to see the Texans. Come on. Look. To prove to y'all that we're legit, I want y'all to think about any time you've ever seen DeAndre Hopkins as a Texan, as a Cardinal, as a whatever, look fearful, right? Even when he getting whooped, he still take his ass whooped, right? When have you ever seen him look fearful on the field, right? I fear God, boy. No, he feared more than God. DeAndre Hopkins feared the Texan defense and God, right? Oh no, if he's not 100% healthy, no. But if he's good to go and he clears protocol, you gotta understand. At any point past the bye week, nobody's 100% healthy. There's no, like, once you pass the first quarter of the season, even then, I'm like pretty much after game 1 or 2, and that's if you ain't play game 1. Like, once you get past the first couple of days, nobody's 100% healthy. You're just playing, with pain. I'm not gonna say you're gonna play with injury, because there's a difference between injury and pain. Injury, you can't go. Pain, you can go. Right? So I don't think anybody's 100% healthy, but, and I'm being nitpicky about that statement, but if he's good to go, he clears protocol, you got to put CJ on the field. If you're wanting playoffs for Houston, right, and you're wanting your best option, you got to put CJ on the field. Now, you got to try to protect him as best you can, and I get it. You have to get the ball out of his hands. Again, even if CJ isn't 100%, I'd rather have him back there handing the ball off to Singletary, because the threat of what CJ can do makes that defense hesitate, right? You have to respect him. So again, that's just kind of why, like, the presence of the kid on the field matters, right? Just think about it. Come on, man. If you're a guy, especially on the defense, that's feasting, and you see number 10 back there, or you see number 18, you're gonna like your odds, right? You're gonna feel a bit more favorable about your odds. Now, you see number 7 back there, you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna want to eat, but you're gonna know that if I get greedy, well, I'm gonna be hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get played. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be left whipping. So it's a situation where the presence of a player can attribute to the game plan, right? I guess for lack of better words of saying it. Like I told you, I'm tired of just saying a bunch of shit that sound good. I'm using words and putting them together. But TD, stay focused. Stay focused, TD. You're here in the game. They have them hoes for the streets. Leave them alone. Trap Squad, what's the motherfucking deal? Hey, but that's my thing, man. That's my thing. Adam, what's the motherfucking deal? Like, you gotta let him. And again, all these, but I agree with the defense, the experience versus the defense, right? Because the more experience you get, you got to think about this is all rookie year shit. You think that he's not going to take all this in as a collective? Or you think he's not absorbing all this? And then once this season is over, however it ends, if it ends in the playoffs, if it ends in the regular season, if you get a decent little push in the playoffs, right? You think he's not going to take this time off, process each and every bit of this shit? And again, the better teams he plays, the more prepared he is for the long term that he's a Texan, right? So throw everything at him as a rookie. Throw everything you got at him, right? Let him learn. Let him develop. Let him do everything but take S2 tests, right? Because I'm not concerned about CJ. I just want to keep him protected, right? I don't feel like it's a risk putting him out there. That shit with what's his name was a dirty fucking hit. You know what I'm saying? It was late as shit. Anybody else would have got that whistle. And it'd have been a big deal and ejections and all that other shit. But I'm saying, oh, buddy from the Jets, the Jets always do dirty shit to Texan players. That's why Cushion was never the same. But I'm not concerned about CJ's health. I'm not concerned about that. Like I said, as long as Singletary can run, as long as your Case is in it, I actually feel more confident. And let me tell you why I actually feel more confident if we do have to go in this game with Case, because now Case is getting another week of reps with these guys, right? Hopefully he can get some connects with Sketchy Mechie, because look, I'm like y'all, I want to see Sketchy Mechie win, right? I want to see Sketchy Mechie eat. But at this point, I feel like Sketchy has had enough opportunities. He's had enough chances to like maybe prove a little something. And I know there's been, I feel like chemistry issues, connections. It's just like things aren't happening when the ball is in Mechie's hands, if the ball is getting in Mechie's hands. You know what I'm saying? How long can a headache last? I hope it's a headache. And that's something for a long time. But my thing is this, and so Hutch, I think the jury's still out on Hutch. You get a lot of these young guys and a veteran guy like Case, opportunities. As long as Noah's good to go, as long as Schultz is good to go, I feel like there are opportunities. This game is a winnable game. Like I said, a chance to get that chemistry, a chance to get that understanding. Another week of working, you don't have that play that you had with Dare, that miscommunication that leads to a pick six, right? So I'm way more confident if Case gets another week in starter reps. I'm telling y'all, Davis is just happy to be. He was on the sideline, just like, hey, I'm sitting next to Case. I'm gonna be in the screen too. So I get it, right? And I definitely understand that. But there's something else I said we was gonna talk about, and I cannot remember. I'll be honest. I'm gonna call it short here in a minute. I said we're gonna do about 30 minutes. So I do appreciate everybody who has pulled up. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. Might hop in the Discord for a little bit. Got a couple of things got to take care of. Then, folk, y'all may or may not be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may or may not be mad at me. I'm gonna be honest, but the last couple, I've been working, and as soon as I get off work, I'm jumping the thing. Not as soon as I get off work, I gotta handle stuff. So I haven't had a chance to really catch up with some other shit. Sour Diesel, what's the motherfucking deal? So, like I said, I do appreciate each of y'all. Again, make sure you follow the Sauce on all the proper social medias. Sauce Sports HTX on X, Twitter, whatever it's called now. On Instagram, I am not on Threads. I don't even know nothing about that. If you want to be a part of Discord, you can join the Patreon. It's the $5 tier. You can be a part of that. I'm probably I'm probably gonna switch up how we do the Discord starting the beginning of the year. So if you are a part of that, we're gonna switch that up probably at the beginning of the year. So stay tuned. I'll let y'all know how that's rocking. Facebook, YouTube, you're watching on YouTube. You want to support the channel, Honcho ENT at any of those, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. But I appreciate all the love, man. Shout out to everybody who's been fucking with it, everybody who has been rocking with it. Remember, Tennessee game, Sauce Nation, we're gonna be in there deep. Roundtable gonna be in there deep. Shout out to everybody gonna be there. Make sure y'all pull up. Even if not, we're gonna be doing a little something after the game. I forgot what they said. We're supposed to be meeting up. So again, if y'all want to fuck around, come fuck with the roundtable. After the Tennessee game, that's New Year's Eve. Shit, we'll let y'all know where we're gonna be. Probably somewhere near the stadium, so it ain't gonna be nothing outrageous. So make sure y'all holler at us. Other than that, man, again, South Station, man, we do it for y'all. I appreciate everybody who's been fucking with it. And my apologies, I had to go on my little rant yesterday. I don't even like getting like that, dog. I like to keep it player. I like to keep it real player. But I hate getting all angry. But again, they did my boy Black Vegeta bad. You know what I'm saying? They stealing. So that shit weird, bro. Like it annoys me. But I love y'all, Sauce Nation. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all may be thinking I'm just saying some shit. But I'm telling y'all, when y'all come through, man, it's like a reunion. It's like a whatever. I fuck with y'all. It's about y'all, the fresh ingredients. I know we ain't taking no calls. And like, what about the? Look. I don't want to be no hoe. I'm be to start taking some calls. Be to start dozing out. I be looking like the old Cush-Dens. For everybody tonight, I don't know if it's a den tonight. Y'all may have to look about 8:45 is go check the den page and see if you see something like I got an idea if I do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the thumbnails and shit, but I just don't know how tired I am, man. And I don't wanna we don't need to bring back the Kush Den. We might do a Kush Den one of these days. Maybe for the year up, who knows. But again, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, man. Again, Sauce Nation, I love y'all. Let's go Texans. Rockets, Stros. I like this shit. What I was gonna say. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. Oh man, look, we can't bring back the Christian. Y'all don't know about that. That's a private conversation. Anyway, man, I thank y'all. We'll be live tomorrow at 7. I promise I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna sleep good. We're gonna do all that good shit. And we'll be live tomorrow. And again, my apologies. I gotta give me some sleep. Maybe some chips and I'm gonna give me a nap. And then we'll see what's up with the Christian. So gonna produce y'all be cool like y'all be cool, Sauce Nation. It's my honor, my privilege, my pleasure. Y'all stay saucy. I am out. Adios, amigos. Hey, migas with my amigos.